Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin and Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin and Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin and Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Bayou Time. Harry McCullough here. If you're a history buff or a Constitution buff, this might be the weekend. This Saturday out at Fletcher Community College, all day pretty much, from 8:30 in the morning till around 4 in the afternoon. It's your chance to learn more about it. It's called Making of America. It's a one-day constitutional course about the founding principles of liberty and the meaning of Constitution. They're going to provide lunch for you. It's an all-day thing. Probably first half's going to be more about history of the United States. The second half will be more about the Constitution and specifically there. Limited seating, but $30 to participate. You can check in there and there'll be lunch and materials. And, history and as I'm always been a history guy, but as I get older, it's so much more important to me and to know where it comes from. Yeah, here is Welton Lewis and Robert Theriault. Guys, thanks so much for being with us. And I'm sure you guys are into history too, right?
Oh, definitely.
I probably always have, but I know as we get older, it just more and more and more. Yep. And this seems like such a great idea, and I'm sure it's really popular. You said a lot of people are checking in. So let's talk about it first. So it'll be Saturday and all day, and as we're talking about, but somebody who signs up, what are they going to do? What happens during the day?
Okay, once they sign up, we're going to all meet at the Fletcher Junior College out there in Schriever. Once they check in, they'll check in at 8, and we register them, get them signed in, assign them a textbook, which I have a copy with me now. And once we all get signed in, then we're going to proceed, and I have 4 other instructors. We're going to present, the textbook has 12 sections in it. Each instructor is going to do 2 sections. So the first hour we'll do the first 2 sections, and then we'll proceed until 11:30, 12 o'clock. And then we're going to take a break. We provide lunch, it'll be there. We're going to eat the lunch, and then we'll have discussion during this. We're not going to just shut down everything.
Sure.
Once we finish with lunch, and the first part of that morning, just like you said, it'll be basically American history, the beginning of the United States. And then after lunch, we're going to proceed into the Constitution itself. And we'll cover the first 10 amendments going back through to the Bill of Rights.
Yeah, which is awesome. And I should have mentioned you guys are with We the People, Bayou region. And I wish I would have been this into these kind of things when I was in school, right? Trying to learn. Yeah. So, Robert, I guess the people that are going to come to this are going to really be interested and really want to absorb the material. Huh?
Yeah, absolutely. You have to keep in mind, it's not just a history lecture. What we're dealing with here is a roundtable discussion about what took place, the forming of America, and then, of course, the writing of the Constitution and subsequent amendments. And you got to keep in mind, that's the basis for today's politicians, basically. Because,
or it should be.
Yeah, it should be, absolutely. And so we're going to have discussions about that also. And then why the U.S. Constitution is just a broad stroke, so to speak. And then, of course, how the states have formed their own constitutions, their own laws, and so on and so forth. And it was purposely designed that way to where all of the details are handled more on a local level versus on a national level. And I think what we've seen in recent years is more and more people want the federal government to take care of everything. Well, it shouldn't be that way. Those issues should be taken care of on a local level.
Right, and which is real interesting in itself, that the way things have changed too. It seems like our Supreme Court right now might be more that way, right? Constitutional as opposed to making laws. What do you see right now, as far as our Constitution and how we're doing on the federal level?
I think it's good. It's like I said previously, I don't think a lot of rewriting needs to be done. What we need to do is people need to start looking at it and rereading it and see what it's about. Now, does it need to be changed? That's not really, I don't think it does, nothing drastic anyway. But we do have a process if it does need to be changed. And, all we need to do is get back to that process.
The amendments, is there something we need to learn now that we're not doing right now?
Well, as far as the Constitution, I just think, like I said, we've learned just about everything we know about this, but we have forgotten about it. Mm-hmm. What we're doing with We the People, we're just trying to reiterate this, bring people's focus back to the history of America and back to the Constitution of the United States.
Right. And you guys don't have one side or another, right, Robert? You guys, you're not left or right? You're just
That's correct.
constitutionalists, right?
That's correct.
Absolutely. We don't have, like you said, right wing or left wing or anything. We right down the middle. We believe in a centralized government. People should basically support the Constitution in the center.
Right. Isn't that amazing that, 200 some years now that we're still kind of going by these rules, the way society and things have changed. But those guys, the framework, and that's why, because they gave us a framework, not specifics, right? Exactly. They didn't know we'd be dealing with abortion or gender equality or how many genders there are, So, it's a little different that way.
You're absolutely right. And the other thing we have to pay attention to is the fact that you have some overstepping of those limitations that were placed on a balanced government, judicial versus legislative versus executive. And so often we see that overstepping taking place.
We do. It's been recent history too, right?
Yeah,
we've seen that bubble up. So this is a good time to do it. So the Making of America, again, will be out at Fletcher Community College. If you show up at 8 o'clock, you can sign up. The course will be from 8:30 to 4. Lunch and materials will be included. So it should be a great day for people that are interested. I know a lot of people are. Guys, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate it. We'll be right back. One more Bayou Time right after this.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. CIS, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, the highest quality cardiovascular care available. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality.